hear me now?
I can hear you. Echo still there?
No, now it is not there.
Perfect. So guys, are you able to hear us? Apurva, Niharika? Give me a thumbs up if you're able to hear us. I think, yeah, perfect. So let's start quickly, this session.
Yes.
Okay. So Hari, quickly let's jump into, what you're doing nowadays. What's your spending, time in this lockdown period? And how are you spending time?
Yeah, first of all, good evening to everyone. And it is such a pleasure to be here. And thank you, Kunal, for inviting me for this live chat. And this has been a very busy lockdown, fortunately, because there is a lot of work that's going on in terms of the content that I'm developing for my various programs. And we are also doing quite a bit of webinars. There are my associates with whom I'm associated, and we are doing some sessions along with them. So it's been pretty busy lockdown, to be very honest. So I'm missing going out. I like to travel a lot, but it's fine. So far, so good.
Correct. So guys, those who are not like Apurva, I'm not sure like whether you know Hari or not. So let me give you a quick brief round, introduction of Hari. So Hari has been into this motivational, industry from more than 25 years and spreading the positivity throughout the planet with his amazing, power pack speeches. And he's a founder of this amazing HSSE, that is Hariharan School of Success Education. He's also the author of 6 books so far. He's a grand master of Reiki. So all the details, we're going to touch one by one. And if you want to ask any question related to, motivation, of how you can be, keep yourself motivated or something, how you can write the book, anything that is related to, motivation or something, you can put in the comment section. We'll try our best to answer them. Correct, Harry?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Correct. So that's nice. Like, you're working on, reskilling those, enhancing the skills of, going online and doing that. So we are glad to interact. Hari, tell us something about Reiki and your experience so far. So Reiki, we'll come to that point. Reiki is there in the pipeline. Okay, so I'm going to ask you some details regarding that. But before that, just want to jump into we discussed, it's 25 years you are in this amazing industry. Okay, so but I want to touch base, few of the field that you was a part of it before you come into this motivation industries. So can you tell me more about it?
Yeah, so it's very interesting. I go back to college days, 1980s, and now the Ramayana serial is rerunning on Doordarshan, so life has come back a full circle. Correct. I remember 1997, the Ramayana serial was first aired on Doordarshan. And every Sunday, it used to be a lockdown. So nobody used to come out of their homes. Everybody was watching the Ramayana. But me and my brother, elder brother, used to go every Sunday to attend our public speaking course in Ghatkopar. So we used to travel to Ghatkopar, and every Sunday we would come and attend the public speaking course. So that's where my journey actually started as a speaker. Though it took me a long time to actually make this into my profession. It was not till 2001 that I actually became a full-time trainer, a professional trainer. I was doing more of, hobby training, visiting faculty here and there. I was a journalist for 6 years. I'm a postgraduate political science from Bombay University, but I started my career as a research assistant. And then I journalism for 6 years. I was a journalist. It's only in 2001 that I decided that I didn't want to continue as a journalist, and I wanted to build my career in professional training. So I joined IMS to management and entrance coaching. For 2 years I worked with them. Then I worked for a very amazing company called Max New York Life Insurance, where I learned about sales training, leadership, I handled various teams. I did a lot of motivational sections. That is where my prowess as a motivational speaker really happened.
Okay.
And then 2009, I decided to start on my own. So I'm running Hariharan School of Success Education since 2009. So do a lot of motivational training, a lot of leadership workshops, sales training, team building workshops. So, and I call my mission as Mission TTT. It's travel, talk, and train.
Correct.
But I changed it to SCT, stay at home, talk, and train.
Correct. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, 6 years as a journalist, 2 years as a sales guy, you said, right? To get into the sales industry.
Yeah, 2 years it is into education, but I was a staff trainer.
Okay.
And then in Max New York Life for 5.5 years. And that was into sales training, basically.
Sales training.
I was managing.
So you got a good insight of sales and everything.
Sorry?
So you got a good insight of sales, how the sales things work, because
Yes. The more important programs that I do is sales training.
okay.
And I do sales training for cross industries. It could be banking, it could be hotel, it could be IT distribution. So I consider myself to be a very good sales trainer, but not a great salesman.
Okay. So this is who's like Sachin ka jo coach tha, what is his name?
Ramakant Achrekar.
Yes. So people just remember as Sachin coach, but he's a main guy who's trained the Sachin Tendulkar, and everybody knows Sachin.
Absolutely.
So this is going to be the same with you.
When I was in the insurance space where I was working, and my advisors used to ask me, why don't you have a very luxurious lifestyle? You are our trainer. So I used to always tell that my job is to create Tendulkars, not to become a Tendulkar myself.
Correct. That's true. That is very good one. That's amazing one. And I am going to use this one somewhere down the line. Okay, perfect. So,
yeah.
So thing is, I want to know, as you started as a motivational speaker, so I'm sure the journey won't be that much smooth, to coming from a safe zone of earning, from check to check and getting directly into this motivational speeches and become a trainer. It will be a tough journey for you, right?
Yes. Entrepreneurship has been a fantastic process, so to say. It's been a great evolution. It's taught me much more things than I thought I could have learned as an employee ever in my life.
Okay.
So, and though I did work with some very, very good organizations, very lucky to have some very, very good bosses. Few not very good ones also, but that's okay. But because they are there, you realize the value of good bosses. So I worked with good bosses, I've had very good mentors. But I think when you're an entrepreneur, you have to fend for yourself. And one of the things I realized when I was in my organization and I used to do training as an employee, even if you did a job, you could kind of get away with it because there was a cushion for you.
Okay.
But when it comes to here, you're like there you said to check. So there you used to get a check. Here you are checked all the time. So you are all the time measured by what you are doing today. Nobody bothers what's your background, what you did yesterday. So every day you have to go out and score runs. So you just cannot that I scored a century last week, so I can take a break now. It doesn't work like that. In employment, maybe it works to a certain extent, but it definitely does not work. So a roller coaster ride, but a fantastic ride. A lot of learnings, great evolution. I was with my CEO of the company that I worked earlier for a few days back. We just got on a call, and I was telling him that he said, "Hari, I keep track of what you do. So how is it going?" So I said, one of the most important things for me is that I discovered the purpose of my life in this journey. I know why I'm in bed every day. What is the motivation that I have to get up in the morning and do whatever I want to do.
Correct.
So that's been my biggest, and I think that's a gift. That's really rare for people to say that I know the purpose of my life and why I get out of bed every day. So I think that way I'm very, very sorted and very blessed.
That's amazing. That's amazing. For us, people who are working full time, for us, it's a dream is like, to fulfill someone else's dream so that I can pay my EMI.
Kunal, what also interesting, and that is what I was telling my CEO also, was that I really started admiring people who could build good corporate careers.
Correct.
Somewhere not find myself temperamentally fitting into that. So I admire people who are very committed to their careers, to their jobs, to their organizations. And I think I admire them. So that is something which I did to some extent. But I built my longest innings in my life as an entrepreneur, and I want to stay like that all my life. So I really admire people who have a lot of commitment towards their work, whether they are an employee or whether they are an entrepreneur. It does not matter. I think very, very committed employees, but I also find very lazy entrepreneurs. And it works the other way also. Very lazy employees versus very committed entrepreneurs. I think it's all about being committed in whatever you are doing. That's what really.
Correct. Commitment and the passion that you really want to achieve something, in your life. Like you said, you need to have a goal. When you wake up early in the morning, you follow your goals. Correct?
Absolutely. So you get up in the morning and you know why you're alive today.
Correct.
And why you have to do what you have to do. So the lockdown was a period where somebody like me who's so passionate about traveling, meeting people, constantly on the move, and I had to rediscover myself and reinvent myself really quickly and keep myself busy, because it would be very crazy if I was not busy. I mean, I think I would drive other people also around me very crazy. So it's important that I stay busy. I think it's been a great reinvention process for humanity as such. This whole 30-40 days.
That's amazing. Okay, now let's quickly jump to about your, the foundation that you have started in 2009, I believe, right? Can you please brief all of us about, HSSE, the Hariharan School of Success Education? So what's your mission? What's your vision for this? What's your aim, start of this school for success education?
So interestingly, it was June 2009 when I quit my job. And I really took it pretty easy for about 4 or 5 months. I had a lot of cash in the bank. It is just that I wanted to relax for a while. Caught up with a lot of reading. And just generally thought through what I wanted to do. And then suddenly one day it occurred to me, this name flashed in my mind, Hariharan School of Success Education. Because for me, success as a subject has always been very, very interesting. And I think it's somewhere perhaps inspired by the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon. So I read that book after I left my job, and I found that very inspiring. And Napoleon Hill is the foremost motivational author in the last 100 years. So people still follow his mastermind technique, and they still follow his ideas. He's a brilliant writer, brilliant thought leader in the space of learning, knowledge, motivation. Absolutely brilliant. So somewhere I think this was shaped by that. HSSE was born from that. And also I'm a bit narcissistic by nature. So I love to see my name on, even in my company's name. And many people told me that Ambani created Reliance, but he never called it Ambani Private Limited. He always called it Reliance Private Limited, but his name became famous. So why are you taking your name in the company, putting your name in the company? I said, it just drives me like that. And then I had a friend who said, that's absolutely fine. If that's where you get your energy from, please go ahead and form it. And Larsen and Toubro was formed by two gentlemen called Larsen and Toubro.
Correct.
So it's okay. so Hariharan,
that's okay. Even if you read this Reliance stuff, how he got the word Reliance. So even the Dhirubhai Ambani wasn't business tie with some other Gujarati businessman, and his company with the name Reliance.
Absolutely.
Correct. So from there, correct. But that's fine. That's amazing. And there's also Hariharan name, thoda usme vajan bhi lagta hai, there's a lot of weight is there in your name. Hariharan Iyer, So name with full power.
The mission of HSSC has been to help, and obviously it's not that I discovered this whole mission and the purpose in 2009 itself. It's been a journey for me.
Correct.
Lot of ups and downs and mistakes and failures along the way, but the ability to kind of stand back and keep it going. So it's been wonderful. So the mission has been to help ordinary people become extraordinary through the power of fun-based learning is how I like to define my mission.
Correct.
It's to help ordinary people, and I consider myself to be an ordinary person who's constantly trying to become better at what he's doing. And there are many people like that in this world who don't have that opportunity or that encouragement. So that's where HSSC focuses on. How do you become successful by applying some of those timeless success principles, which will help you to achieve whatever you want. So I'm always very excited about talking to so-called ordinary people, the common man, basically.
Common
and help
mango people like us.
Yeah.
Mango people like us.
Yeah, see, we are all common people. I mean, we are honestly paying taxes. We don't always get the benefits that we deserve. So we are not celebrities. We are very ordinary people who go about our business of life as a very, very ordinary and very common citizen, very honest citizen. And we deserve better things in life. So that's where I try to come up with ideas which help people become more inspired in life. And we need to inspire the common man to lead a more qualitative life. And that's what my whole mission is.
Okay. So let me quickly ask you, what is, if I want to describe success in one line, so what will be that one line for you?
I think success is a journey, not a destination. And I know that this is not it is not a eureka definition that I'm giving. Everybody has heard about this.
Correct.
Everybody knows about it. But I think people have not really understood the deeper meaning of what this means. It is, and especially in the world today, now COVID is teaching us a lot of things, but typically we measure success only by tu kitna paisa kama raha hai.
Net balance kitna?
What car are you, how big a house do you live in? I'm not saying these are not important. These are part of human aspiration. And why not? You can live in a great house, have a great car, have a great money in the bank. I mean, there's nothing absolutely wrong with that. But many people think that if you don't have that, you are not successful. But for me, in school we learned success is a journey, not a destination. And we only understood that I have to get 1 mark by choosing the right answer. So true or false, I'd say, yeah, true, and I get 1 mark. But I never really understood the meaning of it. I understood this in the last 10 years as an entrepreneur. That if you are still in the game, you are successful. If you have not gone away from it, not shut shop, you have not gone away from it, you have not started some other business, or you have not gone back to a job or an employment, and you're still there somewhere. You're still there. You're being counted in the game. You are successful. So I think in that sense, I'm very successful by the grace of God. Every day in the morning, I get to do what I really want to do. So from that perspective, it's successful. And this is what I try to tell everybody, that don't measure by, there are no metrics around it. The only metric is I know there are outswingers coming your way, you're getting beaten, you're edging the ball, you're getting bouncers, you're getting hit on your face, but you're still there. That means your innings is on. If your innings is on, you're successful. And the only thing we need to do is get up every day in the morning and ensure the innings is on. Find ways that we get through. And one day, your big aspiration, something will happen. You have to have that faith. And suddenly you will get transported into somebody big. Hopefully, that will happen. Even if it does not, as long as you're in the game, as long as you're playing, as long as you're in the game, and as long as you're doing what you're doing and what you love doing, and if you are loving what you're doing, I think you're successful. So it does not matter.
That's very true. That's very true. Like,
अभी भी लोगों को बताता हूँ क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग गोल सेटिंग वगैरह भी सिखाते हैं. I'm not a person who's a great fan of goal setting actually, but because I just do it very differently. मैं लोगों को बोलता हूँ मंजिल का दीवाना हूँ मैं रास्ते का दीवाना हूँ मंजिल का नहीं. बहुत लोग मंजिल पे फोकस कर लेते हैं और दुखी हो जाते हैं ये नहीं वो नहीं मिला. लेकिन मैं बोलता हूँ कि रास्ते पे फोकस करो, रास्ते का दीवाना बनो. वो पिक्चर का एंड में क्या हो रहा है उतना एक क्यूरियोसिटी मत रखो, उस पिक्चर को एंजॉय करो.
करेक्ट
हो रहा है उसको एंजॉय करो. आपकी लाइफ एक मूवी है, उसको एंजॉय करो. और उस में टिके रहो. मंजिल चुनो, मंजिल होना अच्छी बात है, नहीं भी हो तो रास्ता आप एक बार चल पड़ोगे तो आप मंजिल तक पहुंच जाओगे. And I'm a spiritual person, so I've always been into meditation and Reiki, as somebody has also asked, and I'd like to speak about it. But
I'll come to that. Step by step, we'll come to that.
And I just believe that if I am in the game, I will find my destination, because he has written a manzil for me, and he will let me discover, and I will get there. So,
it's correct. So guys, जो हमारे you can see Hari is also very good शेरो शायरी से भरपूर है हमारे. He is a very good singer as well. तो हमारे लिए थोड़ी देर बाद एक गाना भी गाने वाले हैं.
अरे बाप.
Okay. Okay, so Hari, want to see guys, Hariharan is a well-known common name, but Hari is more famously known as Enter-Trainer. Okay, so he got a trademark for that. Okay, so Hari, want to understand this journey, how you this word come in your mind and how you create a pattern for it, Enter-Trainer.
Yeah, I think this has been one of the great takeaways for me from my journey in these 10 years, and it has given brand. So it's branded me, so to say. So I'm in that sense a brand. So whenever I listen to branding.
Oh, Hari, your I think network is gone. Hari, I think you're facing some network issue. No, I think your network was gone.
Okay, we are back now.
Yeah. So you do one thing. If you can explain quickly in few lines once again, that will be great.
Yeah. So what happened was, one day I was doing a session for LIC, and generally my style is that when I do a session, there is a lot of happiness and there is laughter and silly jokes, and generally people are very happy, because that's the mission. I have to provide happiness through love. So the organizer concluded the session by saying that was not just a training session, it was an enter-training session. That's how we concluded it.
Okay.
So genesis of the term, the enter-trainer.
Perfect.
From there, started using it consciously, applied for trademark, and got a registered trademark last year. And now I've started trainers to become enter-trainers.
That's
so
amazing.
now we have trainers across the country in the last few months who have been certified trainers.
How many trainers?
More than 50.
Wow.
We had 3 batches more planned in this month, but because of the lockdown, now we are going to do it as an online certification.
Correct. So Hari, I think the network issue is still there because everything is at your end looking blurred. Can you open Wi-Fi? If you want, you can open your Wi-Fi, I think. Voice is clear. You can open your Wi-Fi so that I think we can get a better network.
Yes, I've activated that.
Okay, hopefully, we get a better network. I'll show you the screenshot of it after the show.
Hear you very clearly right now.
Yeah. I'm able to, you can able to see me clearly, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, but your image is like, getting blurred kind of thing.
Okay, just a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi is on now.
It will take few minutes to get connected. Okay, so audience who out there, you can see us, you can see me and Hari clearly. Appreciate if you can comment it out. Mayur, Niharika, Apurva. And if you want to guys ask any question, please put in the comment section. I'll ask to Hari on behalf of you.
We lost you for a few seconds.
Yeah. I think it's better. Your network is better, I think, compared with the past.
Yeah. Is it okay now?
Yeah, I think you can see yourself. I don't know whether you are still able to see yourself as a blurred or mosaic, this image kind of thing comes.
Pretty clear.
It's clear? Okay,
Yes.
that's amazing now. So Hari, let's move on with the next one. So this is how you got your entertainer, from this one, and now from onwards you have been, use this keyword entertainer for you. And I believe when I saw you live, you was fantastic, man. I really love the way you interacted with all the people out there. All the interaction was there. So Apurva asking some good recommendation of books. Yeah,
Books. Okay. So one is definitely Think and Grow Rich
correct.
by Napoleon Hill.
Napoleon Hill, correct.
Yeah, it's a brilliant book. Then
Correct.
of course there are some classics like How to Win Friends, Influence People. If you're
Definitely.
interested, What Got You Here Won't Get You There by Marshall Goldsmith.
Which one? Which book you said?
What Got You Here Won't Get You There
Okay.
by Marshall Goldsmith. And then of course we have what do we have? Okay, there's a book I would strongly recommend, even if you're not in sales. There is a book I would recommend by a gentleman called as Frank Bettger, and he talked about how I raised myself from failure to success in selling. How I raised myself from failure to success in selling by Frank Bettger. Now, amazing thing about this book is written somewhere in the 1930s or 1940s, and the book still sells on Amazon. And it's a book, even if you are not in sales, you will find a lot of inspiration because of how the person came back from failure to success. And one of the challenges in our country is, how do you handle failure? As a society, we are very poor at handling failure. Parents are very poor at teaching their children how to cope with failure. Children cannot handle failure because there's so much expectation from them, from the teachers, from the students. Peer pressure. Entrepreneurs can't handle failure. Sports people cannot handle failure. So it's a big challenge as a society. So I think that book would be a good inspiration. And so generally, I think in life we must learn how to cope with resilience and how to have resilience and cope with setbacks. Now, if you see right now what we are going through, the whole world, the people are really going to come out of this in a great way are those who have a lot of resilience.
Correct.
I just posted a few days back on LinkedIn saying that the generation which is really going to do well out of this crisis is my generation, the one that has grown up in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. They became parents in the 90s, and then they saw the new India. And because we learn to live with scarcity, our children don't know what is scarcity. They have no idea. But we have to live with scarcity. So now we can cope with this scarce situation. Right now, you don't have any access to anything. You're locked up at home. So we know how to be resourceful without having resources.
Correct.
So I can recommend two of my books. Also a way for me to market my books. So there is a book I wrote called as Dear Diksha, a Father's Letter to His Teenage Daughter.
Okay.
This I wrote for my daughter when she turned 16 years old as a surprise gift for her birthday. So it's a Kindle book, it's a Kindle version. Please read it. And this is exactly what I talk about, how our life as parents was and how is the new generation kids' lives and how you need to adapt yourself. And I talk a lot about, it's really written for teenagers. I think it's a great book to kind of, teach yourself. And one very opposite book, very light-hearted, is called More Than Just Papad. It is my novel. It is my novel. You asked me to recommend books. I'm also recommending two of my books.
So Apurva, if you want, I think she's not into the sales. She is, my friend. So I mean, generic book like you said, beautiful. The Think and Grow Rich. That is amazing one. So when I read that book, the 13th chapter, trust me, if you implement, small portion of it, it completely revolutionize our generations. The thinking process. It gives you a new thought process to us, how we can become more, productive in our life, and how we can be stand out of the crowd. Revolutionary books, absolutely, sir. That's great one. Okay, so where we talking about this, your Reiki master, Apura, you are asking about, Reiki. So, Hari, can you please tell me more about this Reiki meditation process that you're doing?
So, whatever I am today is because of meditation and Reiki. I am absolutely nothing without both of these. All the talent and all the energy and whatever I have. And I did not have any of this when I was growing up. So I was actually a very weak child. So my parents actually had a problem in bringing me up. They had a challenge in terms of managing my health. I used to be very weak. I used to fall sick very often. So I did not have a lot of energy. So I really struggled a lot in my childhood days. Though I was active and I played a lot and all that, but there was always an issue of how am I going to work for long hours without getting tired, and those are very typical challenges and very unique challenges that I had. And doctors did not have great ideas around how to solve this. They said, "Come khao, digestion system weak hai, thoda thoda khao," and all that. Just imagine being 18 or 19-year told all this. And but changed my life was when I met my spiritual guru. He initiated me into meditation, and then it's been a lifelong romance with meditation, if I might say so. And it's been 30 years since I do regular meditation. I mean, I just can't function without it, by the grace of God. Second is 1993, I got into Reiki. I learned Reiki first level. That completely altered my whole ecosystem within me. I totally changed as a person. My health changed, energies changed, my outlook to life changed. I became a healing channel. I was able to give healing to other people. Then I slowly started progressing and then became a Reiki second degree, third level, master, then Reiki grandmaster. So it's a daily practice for me. So practicing self-healing, helping somebody who might need my support in any way. And I conduct regular Reiki classes off and on, not very as regularly as I want to do, but I try to conduct regular Reiki classes. My life just revolves around this spiritual energy. I mean, I'm absolutely nothing without it. So whatever I'm doing today was unimaginable, say, 20 years ago or 25 years ago. It was quite unimaginable. Or 30 years ago or 40 years ago. It was not imaginable at all. So it has been quite a turnaround. I can see somebody ask, can we learn Reiki? Yeah, we can do it online course. It's possible to learn online. In fact, I want to launch that. And we can learn online. It takes us a few hours to learn Reiki level 1. Okay. And it's a thing. It's an amazing thing. And you can just go to my YouTube video, Hariharan Iyer Reiki. You can just type Hariharan Reiki. So there is a 1 hour talk on Reiki, in which I also teach the basic level meditation. So you could watch the full video, get a complete understanding of what Reiki is, how it works, what are the various levels in it. And so all that is explained there. But we can catch up one-on-one and we can conduct a Reiki program online. That's not a problem.
So, Apurva, this Hari also conduct this Reiki workshop, and because of he conducted, I think, in past couple of time, because of lockdown, I think you paused your this Reiki workshop, right, Hari?
Couple of times I did just orientation session. I want to launch a full-fledged workshop, which I have not been able to do, but it's the plan.
Okay, perfect.
Very coming. Yeah.
Great. So Dipti, my friend, joined. Hey Dipti, hi, thanks for joining. So that's amazing. So guys, I told you, Hari is not only a very good motivational speaker, very good person who says शायरी, but he's also like उनको पता है अभी मैं गाना गाने बोलने वाला हूँ तो तो उन्होंने एक घूट जाम का चख लिया. सो हरी, हो जाए एक कोई भी गाना. आई नो यू सिंग वेल, यू आर वेरी गुड सिंगर.
या
सो हो जाए एक दो गाने कुछ हम सबके लिए, ऑडियंस के लिए कुछ.
So I don't know what is the age group of the audience.
All are of same age, in a age of 20 to 35.
The millennial generation does not like my choice of songs.
Go for it. This is your show, Hari. This is your show.
क्योंकि 4 बोतल वोडका वगैरह मेरे को समझ में नहीं आता.
That's okay. That's what I'm telling you. It's your show. You can sing anything. Also, guys, if you have any question, Apurva, Dipti, if you guys want, Nyatika, if you want me to ask any question to Hari, just put in the comment section. We'll try our best to answer all of them. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so और जाम बोला आपने तो लाइफ में कोल्ड ड्रिंक और पानी के अलावा मैंने कुछ पिया नहीं आज तक.
सही है. Good. Yeah. So any song.
Though I am a great fan of Mohammad Rafi Saab, but I will sing couple lines of a Kishore Kumar number, who's also a fantastic, absolute legend, absolute.
Correct.
आपकी आँखों में कुछ महकते हुए से राज है. आपकी आँखों में कुछ महकते हुए से राज है. आपसे भी खूबसूरत आपके अंदाज है. आपकी आँखों में कुछ. It's one of my favorite numbers.
Fantastic, Hari. Amazing one. Super.
Thank you.
Okay, so Hari, I think we already 30-35 minutes has been just flow like ऐसे ही निकल गया टाइम, पता ही नहीं चला. So quickly I want to ask you, Hari, like how you keep yourself beside Reiki? What are the hobbies that you do to keep yourself engaged in this lockdown period or in your normal day-to-day life? What's your hobby?
So my hobby was training, which I converted into my profession.
Reading. Okay.
Yeah, so training was always my hobby, which I converted into my profession. So now it's my profession, my life, my business, everything revolves around that.
Wow.
And I call myself as a certified bathroom singer. So I have certified myself.
Okay.
Singing is a passion. So I'm all the time humming something or the other.
Correct.
So it's all the time going on. So when Saregama launched its product, I was like so excited that they brought back old memories, and I'm constantly on YouTube listening to old songs. I have a karaoke machine with me, so
Okay.
I use karaoke. Now YouTube also has so many karaoke songs, so it's much easier.
Correct.
So singing is a great passion for me. Writing is a great passion for me. And I write very regularly on LinkedIn. I posted more than 60 articles. I love authoring books. The 7th one is leadership, which will come very shortly now. But because of the lockdown, it's got delayed. The launch has been delayed, but otherwise it's very much on the way. Writing is a passion. Singing is a passion. And I bring singing, writing into my training. So somewhere I connect. I use music in my training. And now my latest passion is shairi.
Okay.
So it's a side of which I'm developing. And I've started writing a few lines. Though I don't myself fully remember what I've written. But I definitely share a couple of lines here. I did a lot of shairi on YouTube. Recently I did a small program called Management Lessons from Shairi.
Correct. Yeah, I have attended that. 20-25 minutes was there in the afternoon and the morning part, right?
Yes.
Correct.
So I've just fallen in love with the whole concept. A lot of people say Hariharan Iyer and you speak such amazing Hindi. That's because of my friend circle since college time. I've had some great spoke great Hindi, and I've always loved this language. I don't speak the typical Mumbai Hindi, though I use the Mumbai Hindi for effect in my training program.
Correct.
It's great fun. So मैंने 2 लाइनें लिखी है इस लॉकडाउन के ऊपर भी और इंसान की फितरत के ऊपर
Go ahead, go ahead.
होती है कंप्लेन करने की, हर चीज में
Yes, yes.
कंप्लेन। जब लॉकडाउन नहीं था तब भी कंप्लेन करता था, जब है तब भी कंप्लेन कर रहा है। तो मैंने एक लंबी सी कविता है, लेकिन मैंने 2 लाइनें मुझे याद है जो मैं आपको सुनाता हूँ। देन आई कैन शेयर माय लिंक इफ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड इन रीडिंग द फुल थिंग। इट सेज दैट दौड़ते दौड़ते जिंदगी रुक गई इसलिए मायूस हो तुम। दौड़ते दौड़ते जिंदगी रुक गई इसलिए मायूस हो तुम, क्योंकि अभी घर में फंस गए, लॉकडाउन हो गया, हम दौड़ रहे थे, लेकिन तो दौड़ते दौड़ते जिंदगी रुक गई इसलिए मायूस हो तुम, लेकिन जब जिंदगी दौड़ रही थी तब भी कहाँ खुश थे तुम।
Correct. That's true.
जिंदगी जब दौड़ रही थी तब भी कहाँ खुश थे तुम, मायूस होने की तो तुम्हें आदत पड़ चुकी है। तो कहने का मतलब क्या है कि when life was so called normal, you asked rest, peace, you never got it. Now when you got instant peace, now you want to start running again.
Correct. So that is what the human tendency. जो भी मिले तो always unsatisfied.
तो इस लॉकडाउन की वजह से मेरे अंदर का कवि जाग उठा है। और भी एक लिखा है मैंने, which is little sarcastic about human nature. It says that हाँ, एक तसल्ली है कि मैं अकेला परेशान नहीं हूँ। बड़ा अच्छा लगता है कि आजू बाजू में देखो सारे परेशान। हाँ, ये तसल्ली है कि मैं अकेला परेशान नहीं हूँ, ये भी परेशान है, वो भी परेशान है, परेशान है, आखिर कहीं तो साथी मिला जिसे मैं ढूंढ रहा था। सो देखो, नॉर्मल लाइफ में क्या होता है, हम ईर्ष्या करते हैं, हम जेलस रहते हैं।
Correct.
हम एक दूसरे को देख के बोलते हैं अरे मेरे से आगे निकल गया, आज अच्छा लग रहा है, सब फंसे हुए हैं, सब अटके हुए हैं।
सब तकब है। वो कहते हैं ना कि खुद डूबते तो इतना बुरा नहीं लगता, ठीक है, बट सामने वाला तैर जाता है, बट अपन निकल जाते हैं, अपन डूबते तो ज्यादा बुरा लगता है।
बुरा लगता है, वो बहुत बुरा लगता है।
Correct.
तो वो जैसे इडियट्स का जो डायलॉग है कि अगर दोस्त दुखी है तो मैं दुखी हूँ, अगर वो खुश है तो मैं ज्यादा दुखी
हूँ। निहारी का सीन, वाह 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 वाह।
इंसान की फितरत है। और ये पूरे लॉकडाउन मैंने ये एनालाइज किया कि ह्यूमन नेचर कितना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड होता है और हम कैसे होते हैं। मतलब see, whatever is happening today is a great lesson for all of us. We have brought ourselves to this situation by tampering with nature. तो एक ह्यूमन नेचर को लेके सरकाजम जो चल रहा है उसके ऊपर मैंने लिखने का कोशिश किया है।
Correct. No, that's amazing. That's true. Okay. Like, Hari, I just want to ask you quickly. Okay. Now tell me, if I'm your genie, okay, and I'm giving you 3 wish beside lockdown, beside corona, forget about corona and everything. ठीक है, 3 wish देता हूँ मैं आपको। ऐसी 3 wish क्या आप चाहोगे जो आपको मिल जाए?
एक तो अगला फ्लाइट लेके कहीं घूमने चला जाऊं कहीं पे ट्रेनिंग करूं।
असिस्टेंट चाहिए तो बुलाना, बैग वैग उठाने में आ जाऊंगा।
फैमिली को बता रहा था, पता नहीं अगली बार कब वो दिन आएगा, मैं एयरपोर्ट जाऊंगा, फ्लाइट पकड़ूंगा और मैं बैंगलोर कहीं चला जाऊंगा। सपने में तो अमेरिका लंदन घूमता रहता हूँ। तो सही है। एक्चुअली कब होटल पर इडली वड़ा सांबार बैठ के शांति से खाए और फिल्टर कॉफी पिए साथ।
तो वो तो है यार, अभी तो टाइम लगेगा।
ये जो छोटी छोटी खुशियां है जिंदगी का,
करेक्ट,
ये हम अभी मिस कर रहे हैं और यही हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ा लेसन है।
ट्रू। और ईटिंग
चीजों नहीं किया।
करेक्ट, नॉर्मली ईटिंग चाट एट लोकल स्टॉल दैट वी ऑल आर मिस। एंड करेक्ट, द फर्स्ट थिंग घूमने जाओगे, सेकंड
घूमना, वही इडली वड़ा सांबार और
इडली वड़ा सांबार हुआ, करेक्ट, तीसरा
और फिल्टर कॉफी।
वाह,
It's obviously I am missing meeting my friends and my colleagues, my associates, relatives. So I don't remember who was the last person with whom I shook hands.
That's true. That's true. That's okay, perfect.
Organized a convention which was planned for 14th March but had to be called off at the last minute. Which is basically ordinary people. It was an awards function. So I think I'm really trying to conduct that now. That's the first thing on the agenda once things normalize. And I wish I can do it, So
perfect. So what are the 3 lessons that you feel that lockdown and corona teach you?
I think first of all, be happy with what you have.
Correct.
Be grateful.
Correct.
Be highly grateful. Be count
Correct.
your blessings.
Correct.
We are very fortunate that the internet is working, so we are not going mad.
That is something which we
the
will go
internet was
crazy.
also not working. We are in real trouble.
Correct.
Yeah, and we're getting wonderful time to spend with family. And we are getting to eat good food. Our lives are still very much normal in that sense. But when I look at a lot of other people who are struggling, who are the health workers or the migrant laborers, I think we should count our things. And we need to learn humility. So, humble, being thankful, being very grateful, and not thinking too far ahead, learning to take things as they come, live by the day, which was never kind of seen as a great quality. But always it was about goals and milestones and achievements. And I think now all that is out of the window for some time because you're not certain about what's going to happen tomorrow. So you're just learning to take it as it comes.
Correct. That's true.
Not getting too far ahead of yourself. Just live by the day. Live by the moment.
That's fantastic. And that is the best lessons that we can have right now is to throw everything out of the window, focus on the present and live with it.
Yeah. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And all the experts, so-called experts, they never predict this. So there are no experts.
No experts. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so Hari, we're going to play a very quick rapid fire round. I believe we're left with only 4 minutes now. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to play a very quick rapid fire round. You cannot think much. You have to give me answer quickly without giving any thoughts. Okay?
Okay.
Quickly. Now, who is your favorite motivational speaker?
My favorite motivational speaker is used to be Shiv Khera. I would still go with him.
Okay.
Because I got inspired. Yeah.
Correct. Okay. What is money for you?
Money for me is a measurement of success. It is not success. It is a measurement of
success. Okay. So, if you give me only 3 books that is very close to your heart, what will be the 3 books? Except your books.
One is Autobiography of a Yogi by Mr. Yogananda. Second is Living with the Himalayan Masters.
Living with the Himalayan Masters, okay.
Yeah, by Swami Rama. And the third is More Than Just Papad. Sorry, I'm taking my book's name. I just love that book because it 6 years to publish that book.
My God, that's amazing. And I think you gave us some, speech also. I think we'll keep a separate session for that particular book,
Yes.
Correct. Okay. What's your plan for next 5 years? Quickly.
No plans. As I said, Raste ka diwana hu, manzil ka nahi. So
Perfect.
I just still want to do what I'm doing and I'm making a difference to people's lives and I'm sorted.
Fantastic, yeah. So now, what are the 3 Guru Mantras that you want to give to all the audience who is watching us right now?
Wow, we're all asking questions which I love giving answers to.
But we are almost going to finish 1 hour, okay? And just 1 or 2 minutes are left. So before this Instagram shutdown, we need to wrap up the things quickly.
The first thing I would say is be yourself. Be absolutely genuine.
Perfect.
And that there is no success mantra as such. You have to find your own journey in life.
Correct.
And that's a thing I would say. Be yourself, find your own journey in life. Be on your journey. Don't go and ask somebody, give me the blueprint for success. You have to discover it for yourself. Others can give you around it. And don't ever believe when somebody says, I have the blueprint for success. Nobody has. You have to find it. And the last and most important is always be happy in life. For no reason. Just be happy, because that's your natural nature, and lead life with purpose.
Correct.
You need a purpose to get out of bed every day. Find your purpose. And I think there is nothing more happier and more energizing than finding your purpose in life. So these are my 3 so-called advice which I would like to share.
Fantastic, Hari. Okay, so last we want to end up this session with your melodious voice. So we request you to sing one more, 2 or 3 lines of song. That will be great.
Okay. तेरी आँखों के सिवा दुनिया में रखा क्या है? ये सुबह चले, ये झुके शाम ढले, मेरा जीना मेरा मरना इन्हीं पलकों के तले. Yeah, Kunal, thank you.
Fantastic, Hari. It was lovely, amazing. It was wonderful talking with you, Hari. It was wonderful talking with you. Wish we can go on and on and on but unfortunately, this Instagram does not allow us, to continue the session for more than 1 hour. So I'm just wrapping up it before that, a few minutes back only. So Hari, guys, if you still have any questions, you can put in the comment section. We'll try to answer them. So lovely, Hari. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable time with us. And hopefully, in next session, we're going to discuss few more interesting topics to, drill down more into it and learn a lot of things out of it.
First Instagram live, I really loved it. Thank you so much, Kunal.
Thank you so much, Hari. All right, take care, Hari. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I'm soon going to upload this video on the YouTube and I'll share the link with everyone. Thank you so much, Hari. Signing off, your host and host, Kunal Vastani. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Kunal. Thank you.